Would that be pine or mahogany? The carpet swallowed my footsteps, same color as the kneeling benches. I forgot to pray. Cousin Ray died on a Tuesday. By Thursday they had him in a showroom under lights that made his skin look like plastic. The director wore a tie the color of dry blood. He said, "We understand this is a difficult time," while sliding a brochure across mahogany. The brochure had payment plans, 12 months, 24 months, no interest if paid in full by the fiscal year. My auntie cried into a tissue that probably cost $8 retail. I counted ceiling tiles instead of blessings. Tile 47 had a water stain shaped like a fist. I stared at it while they talked about earn upgrades. Ray always said he wanted to be scattered in the lot behind the old rec center. The lot is a parking garage now, so I guess the river is the only real estate left.
How much for the final rest? How much for the final rest?
They got a layaway plan for the grave, and the grave got a lease.
How much for the final rest? How much for the final rest?
You die in debt, you buried in debt. The interest outlived the grief. The casket room looked like a furniture store for people who only shop once. My uncle pointed at the bronze handle, said, "Your cousin deserves something nice. Nice cost $3,000, nice required a cosigner." My credit was already in mourning, but I signed because the silence was worse than a monthly deduction. The flowers were outsourced, the prayer cards had a typo. The organist played a hymn I didn't recognize, but everybody stood anyway, because standing is cheaper than objecting. And grief got a budget, and the budget don't cover dignity, it cover appearances.
You have reached the billing department of Everlasting Grace Memorial Services. Your payment of $14,783 is now 14 days past due. Please hold for the next available representative. Your loved one's account will remain in good standing during this brief delay.
I went back alone after the dirt settled, not to visit Ray to read the price list on the wall. Cremation 1-200, direct burial 2 doing room rental 400 per hour, after hour surcharge applies. The water stain on tile 47 was still there, still shaped like a fist. I pressed my palm against it, felt the cool of the ceiling, felt the building sweating money from every pore. Ray's mother still owes $6,400. She sends $50 every first of the month in an envelope with a butterfly sticker. The sticker is free, the stamp is 68 cents. The debt compounds in a ledger she will never see. She just knows the phone rings every 30 days, like a heartbeat, like a second death.
How much for the final rest? How much for the final rest?
They got a layaway plan for the grave, and the grave got a lease.
How much for the final rest? How much for the final rest?
You die in debt, you buried in debt. The interest outlived the grief. The director locked the showroom at 6, turned off the lights that made death look expensive. Drove home to a house with a lawn, where nothing was buried, nothing owed, nothing waited. The water stain on tile 47 is still there. Fluorescent buzz cuts out.